Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. It's time for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. This is Lena Grissa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. And today I am so excited to share brand new, just released today products with you from the All Together collection. Now, this collection has been available for demonstrator pre-order for about a month, and so I've had a little bit of time to play with them. But for most of you, you'll probably be seeing this for the first time today. So we have a new bundle, we have fantastic DSP, and 10, count them 10, new shades of Stampin' Blends. So I have them all here. I'm going to show you what's included in the collection and show you 3 projects today. I might even show you a couple others that I was playing with. Okay, so let me just see who is here. Let's just see if I can get my video to pop up on my iPad here. Let's go back to my main page, see if it pops up. Where are you? Come on. My iPad doesn't want to work for me today. There we go. All right. All right. Hey, Laurel. How are you? Thanks for watching. Hi, Violet. Hi, Debbie. I hope you all are well. Hello, Doris. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Debbie. Chilly in Edmonton. Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. It was actually above 0 here today, which is like the first time in weeks that we've been above the freezing mark. So it was actually kind of nice. I came up from school today and it was not frigid as I was walking to my car. So, as I was saying, we're all about the All Together collection today. This is brand new. As I said, this is not in any catalog. This is a special out-of-publication release that is exclusive products. Some of them are while supplies last. Others you will see in the new annual catalog when it comes out in a couple of months. So, let me flip the camera. I'll show you everything, and then we're going to get to doing some stamping. Now, I know some of you have been waiting to see my revamped craft room. It's still a work in progress. It took a lot longer than we were expecting. Some of the things that I still need to finish it off are not yet available in IKEA. So just bear with me. I promise to do a tour. I'll do a live reveal tour once everything's done, but I don't want to do it until it's all just so, right? So you got to give me a few more weeks for IKEA to get their act together and get the things in that I need. But I promise once it's done, I will give you the big tour. Okay. All right. Let's flip the camera and get to it. Okay, get this going here. There we go. You can see one of the things that was done, and I have new countertops. I have acres of space in this new layout. It is simply awesome. So I've got fantastic new countertops to work on. All right, that's looking pretty good. Make sure we're centered here. -17. Ooh, Debbie. Hi, Kathy. Yes, we are out of the freezer for a day. We are paying for it, Laurel. Yeah, we're going to get lots and lots of snow. All right, so the All Together collection is basically what you see in front of you. So I'll show you kind of in detail. So first of all, we have a brand new bundle. It's called the Here Together Bundle. Awesome stamp set. I absolutely love the hands images. I actually have a collection of photos of hands from various... but I just, anytime I see a photo or a piece of art that's hands, I don't know. I just feel like our hands kind of tell our life story. And so I love these stamps, that are just the hands. And then awesome sentiments. Like they are sentiments that we all need right now. Every act of kindness changes the world. Love changes everything. We absolutely need that right now. More than ever, I think. And then, of course, we have coordinating dies. So some of the dies cut out the stamped images, and then we have 2 sort of sentiment dies. One says Here for You, and the other is You Matter. So that is the bundle. The bundle, I should mention, does qualify you for Celebration Rewards if you purchase it before the end of February. Then we have some fantastic DSP. Let's see if I can pull this out of here. So both the bundle and the DSP are out while supplies last, okay? Now, this promotion is scheduled to run to the end of May. It's a long availability, but know that these are while supplies last. So if they sell out, it will end before or sooner than the end of May, okay? Same goes for the DSP. So the DSP is all black and white. So fantastic black and white patterns that go with everything. And I just love black and white because you can color it, right? You can make it any color you like or use it as is. Love this pattern. Got leaves. This one just makes my eyes hurt. It's a little, it moves. We got some more leaves, and then I love this one. I'm going to show you something that I did for my classroom with that one in a few minutes. And then reverse sides, again, just tons and tons of black and white geometric patterns. So many possibilities. Look at that one. That's so retro looking. I love it. Hearts, a window pane grid, a square grid. Just so many fun patterns in this paper. I love this sort of starburst one as well. So again, black and white paper is the most versatile paper you can get because you can color it any color you like. And then sort of the pièce de résistance here is the new Natural Tones Blends collection. So this obviously is meant to be able to color those hands in any skin tone. So I love that this can be used to celebrate diversity and sort of draw everybody together through crafting. It's so fantastic. So these blends are a little bit different in that they don't have names. So as you likely know, if you have any of our Stampin' blends, our blends all have names that correspond to Stampin' Up colors. So, you know, Misty Moonlight or Polished Pink or whatever. Well, this blends collection doesn't necessarily coordinate with a particular color in our core family. They are meant to be skin tones. So they are numbered, and they're called SU 100, and then 200, 300, 400, 500, depending on the intensity. So the lightest is SU 1000. Okay, and then they kind of work their way downwards from there. So you may hear me as I'm sort of working today saying, oh, I'm using SU 300 or I'm using 200 or whatever. That's what I'm referring to. Okay, it's not like it's different from our regular color names. Okay, we don't have those fun alliterative color names for these ones. Okay, but you can purchase, these are sold in 2 packs, or you can purchase the entire collection. As always, our blends are $6 each, so the 2 packs are $12. Okay, or there is a single item code where you can get the entire collection if you want to get all of the skin tones. Okay, now these are not exclusive to the promotion. They will be in the new annual catalog when it comes out. Okay, so if you can't get them now, you can get them when the annual comes out, but honestly, you want to get them now so you get your celebration rewards, right? All right, let me move these aside, and we are going to do some stamping. The first project I have is a super quick one. I've been playing around with the new, let me grab the catalog here because I want to give you the right name. They are the new Abstract Beauty cards and envelopes. So this is another one of those sort of hidden gems in the new mini that many people miss. So these are pre-printed cards with printed on the inside envelopes. There are 10 cards and envelopes in the pack for $13.50. And they're all pre-scored, okay, and printed. So it's literally add a sentiment, add a couple of images, and you're done, which is what I've done here. So this is one of them. It's got this sort of balmy blue wash in the background. So all I did was stamp a couple of images from the stamp set, stamped and die cut and colored the hands, and that was it. Like, so simple. Now in this card pack you get one of each design. So I'm actually going to do my sample today. I'm going to demonstrate with the pink because I only had one blue and I only have 1 pack of these cards. I have more on order, believe me. Once I saw how fantastic they are, I had to order more. So we are going to start by coloring our hands. I've already stamped and die cut these. So I think I'm going to use a little bit more of a pinky tone just to go with the pink background here. So I'm using 900, SU 900. And these blends just go on so beautifully. It's so easy to color. You could certainly, if you wanted to, add shadow and shading. You can layer the colors. There's actually an awesome color chart that I will be linking in my newsletter this month. It's going to be coming out later this week. Sorry, it wasn't ready to go today, you guys. I am in the middle of report card hell at school, semester turnaround and changeover and all of that craziness. So my newsletter is going to have to wait till the weekend. So if you are checking your inbox for my newsletter, it's a little bit delayed this month, thanks to my day job. My not as fun job right now. Normally teaching music is lots of fun, but teaching music during COVID, not so much. All right. So as I was saying, there is this awesome color chart that you can create different color combinations. You can kind of create a reference chart to do different color combos as you try and experiment with different combinations of these new blends. So that will be available in my newsletter. If you don't already subscribe, you are going to want to go to my blog. And once you're there for like 10 seconds, a subscribe now box will pop up and you can just subscribe there. We're going to give this lady, I'm assuming it's a lady because she's got sort of pinky fingernails. All right, so there, that's it. So quick and easy. Now we're going to stamp a couple images first. I just realized I brought the wrong ink color. I got to bring black. There we go. I'm going to stamp my sort of, I don't know, light beams, I guess they are, in the Memento Black. Hi, Mary Lou. Thanks for joining. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining me today. So we're going to stamp our little, I don't know, sun rays, link, I don't know what they are. These things, we're going to stamp them in the black, and then I'm going to stamp my Kindness Changes the World image. Now I'm going to just kind of place this sort of where it's going to go, just to get an idea of where I want to put my sentiments. But how awesome are these pre-printed cards? Like, so fantastic. Takes all the work out of it. You don't have to do the watercoloring for the background. It's already done. All right, so we're going to pop this up with a couple of dimensionals. I have this awesome new little storage rack for all of my adhesives when I do my lives. Don't you just love reorganizing? Like, it's so much work to kind of go through everything and get everything pulled out. But then as you're putting things away, it's really fun to kind of go through and find new ways to store things and new places to put things. And then the challenge is remembering once you've done that. That's my challenge right now. This weekend, after I had kind of started to put stuff back and then it was trying to create projects, it was kind of like, okay, now where did I put that? I know it's here and I know it's in a perfectly logical, organized spot, but I just can't think where that is right now. All right, so I'm going to add a little mini dimensional sort of in the space between her hands there, and that's what we're going to glue our little glimmery heart to. So I'm going to just add a little bit of adhesive to the bottom half of my heart because it's going to overlap the hand. So I want to just make sure this is well stuck down. So there's my little heart. Isn't that cute? And then we're going to take a little bit of Winkostella and do a little flicky flicky. Because why not? Sparkle is good. You probably won't be able to see this. Is anything coming out there? Come on, little wink. This is my not as juicy wink. I have two. One is newer and one has been well loved. I think this is the well loved one. There we go. There's a little bit on there. You won't be able to see it. You'll have to take my word for it, but there is a little bit of sparkle on there. Okay, but aren't those beautiful cards? Like so easy. They take absolutely zero time. So that is number one. You're going to want to check out those cards and envelopes. They're a great little add-on to bump your order up to your $60 mark here in Canada to get your celebration freebies. Right? Right. All right, next one we're going to do is this one. So this one features some of the DSP and again, some of the stamped images. So we'll pull in all our bits here. So again, I've already done most of the stamping and embossing and whatnot, just in the interest of time. So to start, I have, this is the largest plain circle from the Layering Circle dies. Okay, I cut it out of basic white. I heat embossed that sort of light rays image in gold, and then I embossed the circle using the painted texture embossing folder. Okay, it just adds some really nice subtle texture behind the hands. And then I have a gold foil scallop circle. Okay, so that's going to get layered on there, but we're not going to do that just yet because we're going to glue our hands on and then trim it to the shape of the circle. Okay, so to start, we are going to color our hands. I don't know if I'm going to use the same colors that I did, but we'll see. I don't honestly remember what I did. So this one is 300. So I'm going to start with the darker shade. And again, I think this is the same one that I used on my sample. Doesn't really matter because let's be honest, no two skin tones are alike. Right? Everybody's skin tone is a little bit different. Nobody's is perfectly uniform. which is another thing that I love. So when you're coloring these images, if you don't get perfectly even shading, you know, and it's not quite as, you know, ideal as you might like it to look, it's okay. It looks more natural, right? If you look at my skin tone, it is completely uneven. So it's totally okay. It works. It looks more natural and you don't have to worry about it. Now I'm only putting one layer of color down. You could certainly spend time blending and getting that perfectly uniform blended skin tone here, but honestly, I don't think it's necessary with these images. Okay, so there's one that's gonna dry and blend out a little bit better. And then the second one, let's do, which one's this? 900. So that one was 300, now I'm doing 900. So we'll do this one in 900. This is a little bit more orangey undertone. Definitely a Caucasian, but a little bit more orange. I just love coloring. I could sit and color like all day. I find this so relaxing. I'm sure it's boring for you to watch me. It's like watching paint dry. But hey, I'm trying to be quick. There's not a ton of coloring on these. I just wanted to showcase these awesome new markers. They are the must-have from this collection. I mean, I love all the other pieces, but the markers, if you're only going to get one thing, get the markers. They rock. I should mention that all of my images are stamped in Memento Black. You can use, there are some other classic ink shades that you can use with the blends, but for this, because of the black in the DSP, I just decided to stick with good old black. So we're going to give some pink fingernails here. This is, what color shade is this? This is 700. And then I think we'll do 600 for these fingernails. I just realized I didn't do a very good job of coloring that one finger. We're going to fix that up. Touch that up just a bit. There we go. All right, beautiful. There are our hands. So we're going to adhere these. Now, I'm not going to stick them down just yet. I'm just going to hold them sort of where I want them to go. Again, making sure that I can see my little light beams there. And then I'm just going to flip it over and take my scissors and trim this off. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Hi, Jill. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you all are well. Jill, are you expecting this big snowstorm that's coming our way tomorrow? Are you guys going to get it in Ohio? Usually you get our weather just before we do. All right, so there are my hands. I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals. Where to put my big ones? There they are. So we'll add a couple of dimensionals to the back of each hand, and then I'm going to put a mini in the middle, just like that. Oh yeah, are you already getting it, Jill, or is it coming tonight? All right, so we're going to pop our hands on just like that. Okay, so I just kind of trimmed off the bottom there so that it looks nice and clean on my circle. And then I'm ready to layer that. So we're going to add a little bit of seal. You would think it wouldn't be that hard to find things in my new space, given I have acres of counter space. But the problem is you have more space to set stuff down and forget where you set it. So that could be a problem. All right, there we go. Isn't that cute? Love it. All right, so to finish the rest of the card, we have a piece. This is the In Color DSP. Oh, Joyce, you're getting the snow tomorrow. Jill, tomorrow. Okay, yeah, it sounds like we're all going to have a fun day tomorrow. So this is the In Color DSP. It is in Bermuda Bay, okay, and it is size 3 by 4 inches. And then the gold is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So we're going to go ahead and layer those. Jill, it's not quite done. It's close to done. I'm working in it. It's functional right now, but it's not quite finished. There are a couple bits and pieces that we still need to wait for IKEA to get in stock. And a couple of little things that we didn't think of. One of the biggest one is, so I have like, well, it's like, what is it? 12 and 12, 24 feet of counter space. It's great, except we forgot about the fact that, you know, your power cords need to go through the counter. So the desks that I had before had holes cut out for the power cords to go, right? Well, here we had like their kitchen countertop. So I kind of forgot about the fact that I need to be able to plug my stuff in. So right now I have cords and extension cords running all over the place. So my husband actually bought a hole saw and some little grommets to cut some holes so I can put my cords through. So that's just like little stuff like that that we didn't think of. So I promise I will do a walkthrough once everything's done. It's just not quite ready for public consumption, public viewing yet. Let's put it that way. All right, so I have a little bit of the Playful Pets Baker's Twine. So we're going to add a little bit of twine here. It's gonna go, I don't know, about 1.5 inches up from the bottom of my panel here. So we'll just kind of go one. Oh, that one's stuck to the roll. We like it when they stick to the roll. So I'm just gonna lay my twine across my panel. Oh, that one's too high. Well, let's put this one down a little lower. This is what happens when you're talking while you're crafting. You shouldn't ask me questions like that when I'm trying to concentrate. It's bad. I make mistakes. All right, so that is going to get centered. This is a piece of that fabulous DSP. I'm actually really like that pattern too. Let's do this one with the circles because it's fun and I like it. All right, we're gonna change the design because we can. So this is cut to 4 by 5¼ inches. All right, and we're going to go ahead. Oh, you know what? It might be too busy with the plaid. No, I think we better stick with the hearts. It's a little bit busy, the circles and the plaid. Too much. Okay, sticking with the original plan. I saw a reason. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere our little panel here in the center of our DSP. So we'll put it on right about there. My voice, oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the next few days at school. The first few days of a semester it's so much talking. I may well not have a voice by the weekend. We will see what happens. All right, so we're going to add our circle here. We're gonna pop it up a couple dimensionals. So we'll add, now I have to keep in mind that my circle is gonna run sort of across the bottom. So I don't wanna put any dimensionals there because they're just gonna kind of bump, not my circle, my twine is gonna run across the bottom and I don't want it to bump up over top. So I'm just gonna put my dimensionals on the top. And we're gonna center that just like that, okay? And then my sentiment here, I've already stamped and heat embossed in white. I stamped it on Bermuda Bay cardstock, so we're just gonna fussy cut that out. Again, not hard to fussy cut these things. You don't have to be super detailed. You don't have to, you know, sort of cut around every letter. Just sort of following the general shape is just fine. I know a lot of people are really intimidated by fussy cut sentiments, but it's just like any other shape. If you think about the sentiment as being a shape rather than individual letters and words, it makes it much less intimidating. I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently than I did on my sample just because I can. So I just cut this out a little bit more than I did on my sample, but there we go. I just feel like that balances it a little better. All right, there is our sentiment. So we're going to add that just down here on the sort of base of our circle. So I'm going to add a couple of mini dimensionals to the end. So 1 and 2, and then I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the other end because that's going to overlap my hand. Well, not my hand, but the hand on my card. So that's going to go right about there. And again, we're going to try to get this fairly straight. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to put this on our card base. We have a thick basic white cardstock base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So we'll fold that in half along our score line and grab our bone folder. And we're going to pop this on. A little bit of adhesive. And I'll just pop that on here like this. Oh, here I go with the white on white. We're going to hope this is centered. Okay, and then the last touch, couple of touches, is to add a little twine bow. So we're just going to make our little bow here. I'm going to keep my loops relatively small, but have fairly long tails. And then we'll take a little blue dot, roll it into a little blue booger, and we're going to kind of put it right at the base of the hand there, and it's just going to kind of tuck in right there. Okay, and then our last touch is some of these classic matte dots. These are in the new mini, and they come, you get all of these colors on a sheet. So there's white, very vanilla, basic gray, and black. I'm actually going to use some of the white ones. So we're just going to add a couple of these to our card here. So 1, 2, and 3. And I love the way these are laid out. So there's a large and 2 smalls, which is kind of what I tend to do every time. So I love that they did that for me. I don't even have to think about it. There we go. Done and done. Cute one. So we'll set that aside. Now, I'll quick show you on the inside of this one, I added a sentiment and a stamped and die cut heart. Pinky promise, right? So we'll get through this together, I promise. I love that. All right, moving on. Last project is one I posted earlier today. I love this. First of all, I love pink and black together. They make me very happy. Hi, Betty in Tucson. I bet the weather there is much nicer than it is here. Thanks for taking the time to join me today. All right, so this one, again, love the pink, love black, just love sparkly. This is just, I love this card. It's just a me card. So let's pull out all of our bits here. So I've done most of the die cutting and stamping and everything ahead of time. This is the DSP, but I've taken, it's a black and white heart pattern, and then I've just taken and colored it with some of my blends. I use polished pink, dark fresh Frisia. This is the dark polished pink, dark fresh Frisia, dark granny apple green, and light Bermuda Bay. Okay, so just a really fun color palette. And we are going to layer that on a piece of this fabulous brushed silver. So this is from the holiday catalog, but it has carried over. You can still get this stuff. And it's that sort of dark, it's almost a black, not quite. It's like a dark silver, and it's brushed. It's got some nice texture. So both of these are die cut with the stitched rectangle dies. My tongue is not cooperating right now. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. Oh, thanks. I really like this layout too. This is one I use a lot. Just again, because I can showcase different patterns of DSP, and it always allows for embellishment. It's just lots of fun. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. Relatively centered, hopefully. There we go. Okay. And then we have our hands. So I love this heart, the heart hands. So I'm going to use a fairly light, I'm going to use the 900, I think, for this one. Just because I got such a, like, the palette is quite dark and there's so much black. I want a nice light shade for my hands here. So again, we can color this really quickly. The brush tip makes really short work of this. And the blends, the color just glides on so easily. There's so little effort required. Everybody who tries the blends for the first time is shocked at how beautifully the color lays down. I know I've had a few people over the last few months who've tried them for the first time, and they're just so, they're like, why have I not tried these before? They can't get over just how easy they are to work with and how beautifully the color goes down. So we'll just finish coloring this in. Almost there. Just bear with me. But it's so nice to have a range of color palettes. We, up until now, have had the ivory and the bronze, kind of two choices for skin tones, and now we have so many more. It's lovely. All right, this one is the 900. I'm just going to add a little bit of color to the fingernails there, and that's that. I didn't even color the fingernails on that one. Look at that. I forgot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop up our hands here. As soon as I find my dimensionals, they're hiding. So we'll go 1 and 2, and then a couple of minis. You like the other side? Oh, the other side of this paper? Betty, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, the patterns on these, this DSP is just awesome. I love this paper. All right. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Mary Beth. Thanks for stopping by today. Hope you are well. Okay, let's pop this on. I'm going to center that on there. Okay. Oh, that's not very straight, but that's okay. We have our little die cut heart. This is cut using the dies. Okay, so same thing we did on the first card. We're just going to add a mini dimensional in between the hands there. And a little bit of tape. And we're just going to get rid of our backing and pop our little heart in the center. And then I'm going to bring back my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to wink up that heart because everybody wants a sparkly pink heart. right? Right. Everything is better with sparkle. I think Estella is just magical. There we go. Okay, so that is sort of the hard part. Now it's really just a matter of assembly. So I have another piece of the DSP. Fantastic patterns. Like, honestly, it's hard to decide which one you want, right? This is a little bit more feminine. This one's a little bit more masculine, I guess. This is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then I have a piece of basic black cardstock that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we are going to layer our DSP. Okay, so we'll add a little bit of adhesive here. And pop this on, hopefully centered. There we go. Okay, and then I have a piece of polished pink cardstock. This is 2 1/4. Yes, 2 1/4 by 4. And I've embossed it using the Dottie Hearts embossing folders. Now, these are actually in the annual catalog. I have to confess, I've had these for months, like probably since the catalog went live. And I just took them out of the package to make this card. How bad is that? Like, it's so bad. Anyway, I am vowing to use this much more over the next few weeks as we head into Valentine's Day. But it does have that cute little dotted heart texture. So we're going to go ahead and add that. It's going to go on, I don't know, like 1/2, 3/4 of an inch. I just kind of use the grid lines on the DSP to kind of get a feel for where I want it. Well, let's put it right about there. That works for me. So I'm just lining up the edge of my cardstock with, ooh, what did I do there? I cut my, cardstock a little short. Okay, let's see if we can pop this off. Whew, look at that. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to center it and look like we meant to do it. Remember how I said, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, for sure last week on Friday when I did my live, if there's a mistake to be made, I've made it and I have a solution for it. So remember how that was short? So if we just center it on there, it looks like we meant for it to be short. See how that works? Magical. All right, there we go. We are going to add a little bit of this awesome glittered organdy ribbon. So I am going to grab a glue dot and I'm going to wrap this around, trim it off my roll, and then we'll add another glue dot. Come here. Stick. There we go. Okay, so there's our ribbon. Now we can go ahead and add our focal image. So that's going to get layered relatively centered on the larger piece. I'm not really worried about the pink strip. We just kind of want to center this part on the larger piece. So again, we're going to add a little bit of adhesive. Get that twine out of there. Okay, and then we're just going to pop this on. Relatively centered. It's a bit hard. This pink piece kind of throws off your perspective a little bit. So you just kind of want to, again, pick a grid line and go with it. That's the way to do it. I love using DSP that have straight lines on it. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Thanks for coming out. All right, so there's that. We are going to glue this onto our card base, and then we'll add our sentiment and our bow. So this is a polished pink card base. It is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So sometimes, normally when you use this size card base, you're making a vertical like portrait tent fold, but sometimes I like to turn it on its side and make a long book fold. Okay, so it opens this way, just a little bit different. So that is going to get layered, and look at the way the pink just frames that whole thing. I love it. I don't know what it is about polished pink and black and glitter, but I really like it. It makes me happy. Okay, so let's stick this down. Get that centered on there and hopefully relatively straight. Okay, and then we're going to add our sentiment. So I'm kind of on this fussy cut sentiment kick. So this one is heat embossed in white on basic black cardstock. Again, you don't have to be super uptight about, you know, getting every letter just perfect. I'm just kind of following the shape of the sentiment. Don't be intimidated, just do it. It's not that hard. So we're going to kind of come around and straight across and up and around. And then we'll round this off and call it a day. There we go. See how quick and easy that was? Like really, don't be afraid to pussycut. It's not as hard as it looks. So I'm gonna pop this up, just a couple dimensionals. Thanks, Sue, glad you like them. Hi, Julie, glad you could join me. Hope you had a good day at work. All right, let's pop this on. We're gonna put it right about there. Okay, and then last touch is a cute little bow. So I'm gonna bring back my roll of ribbon and tie my cute bow. Let's just get that loops a little bit smaller. I love this organdy ribbon. It's so easy to work with. Yes, you get a little glitter on your work area, but that's okay. That's a small price to pay for cute bows. And the sparkle is just added bonus. All right, we'll get rid of our little glitter bits, and we're just gonna add that cute bow just to the base of our focal image there. So we'll just grab a glue dot and pop the, whoops, pop it on centered. There we go, that's better. And there we go, isn't that cute? Now, I did cut a piece for the inside. Oh, we can do it, what the heck, why not? I need my wheel, where's my stamp set? I didn't actually get this stamp out, but we can do it because we can. We'll get through this together. So let's grab a block and we'll mount this guy up. And we're gonna stamp this in the black. Now I'm not gonna be able to color the heart because I don't have my pink blends over here, but that's okay. You'll get the idea. So we're gonna stamp our, we'll get through this together. And then we also have this little bitty heart image in the stamp set. I'm going to use the same block. It's a little bit big, but that's okay. So we'll pop that one on and stamp that just below. Isn't that cute? And then once I get my blends, we'll color that in. And there's our inside. So cute and so easy. So let's... I kind of feel like I need to make one of these cards for every one of my teaching colleagues right now. Because right now, honestly, we're starting a new semester on Thursday and we're all just so tired. Every I see is like, I can't believe we have to start over again. Like, we're just so done. All right, there we go. That's what it looks like with the heart color pink. Oh, and you know what we need? We need a little Wink of Stella on here because we can. There we go. Now it's perfect. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Oh, you found it's too stiff? Huh. I don't find it stiff. I just kind of make it do what I want it to do. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid of it, Debbie. It just, yeah, just work with it. All right. So there is number 3. There is number 2. And there are 2 versions of number 1. Let's do it this way so you can see them all together. All right. Hope you guys like those. Now, before I go, I'm just going to quick show you this project that I made. I haven't got a frame for it yet. This is one that I made. I'm actually going to put this up in my classroom because we have a very diverse multicultural school. And I just want to remind my students that no matter what the color of their skin is, they matter and their voice matters, and I value them, and I'm happy that they're in my class. So I'm going to put this up on my desk so that hopefully all of my new students next semester will know how much I value them and how happy I am that they're there, even though I'm really tired. All right, I'm going to tell them to bring me coffee in the morning. It'll be good. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed these projects. I will post all of the dimensions and measurements in the video description as soon as I can. I'm going to have supper and then I will do it. And I will see you next week for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. Bye for now.